Hi everybody, Andrew Cherin, attorney at law here. I'm a Seattle personal injury lawyer and I represent people who are injured in car accidents. And today I want to talk to you about insurance demands. A lot of people who have been in car accidents and hire a personal injury lawyer, they've heard their lawyer talk about sending insurance demand to the insurance company to settle their case. So what is an insurance demand and what does it consist of and how do we use it as a personal injury lawyer? Insurance demand is basically a package what the lawyer sends to the insurance company detailing your case, what you've gone through, how the accident occurred, whose fault the accident is, and just everything, and comes to a number based upon pain and suffering, all the medical bills, what you've gone through, with an offer to the insurance company about how much to settle the case for. What's included in that insurance demand is first and foremost a detailed description saying what happened in the case. There was a car accident on such and such date. Um, my client was driving down the road when all of a sudden they were struck from behind by your insured so and so. Liability is an issue or it's not an issue in this case, and why or why not is your insured at fault for this case. And basically, the insurance man, if liability is an issue, will kind of break that down based upon Washington state law, figure out who's actually at fault, how to apply the facts to the case of the law, and kind of present a detailed, structured argument on why my insured is not at fault and why their insured, my insured being my client, why my client's not at fault and why their insured is at fault, and kind of detailing that argument. From there on, then we kind of go through a chronological order of medical treatment, what the client's gone through, what their bills are, what they dealt with, what their injuries were diagnosed as, what the treatment was, how they dealt with the treatment, what levels of pain were they dealing with from the get-go, what kind of struggles were they dealing with, and that's kind of why what kind of struggles you deal with. It's important to have a journal. So if you're injured in a car accident, it's important to have a pain journal detailing what you've gone through, what your pain levels are on certain days, how it's affecting your day-to-day life. Because a lot of the times, if my client doesn't have something like that, I'm basically just going off the doctor's notes. And sometimes the doctor's notes are really good and detailed, and they show, the client says they were like 8 out of 10 pain, with 10 being the maximum, and they had headaches throughout the day, and they can't pick up stuff without sharp pain through their right shoulder or their back. So those are some of the things that I'll detail and pinpoint out when I'm looking through the medical records, trying to figure out what the injuries were, how they were diagnosed, what they've gone through. But if you have a pain journal, that makes it a little bit easier, so they can go through, oh, my client was dealing with this on this day, this made it so difficult for them. Boom, I'm going to write that down in the insurance demand. I'm going to say this is what they were going through. This is what it went, how it got better day to day. This is the treatment they sought because of that. How did that help the treatment? How did that help the injuries? And so forth. Yeah, and then I'll go through, the whole medical records and figure out, detailing each step until finally my client's back to normal again. And then I'll present that at that point. If they're still dealing with pain after all the medical treatment that they've gone through, I'll note that especially as well, because that's big for insurance companies to know that, hey, these injuries haven't fully, resolved. They may need some more treatment in the future. Here's why, and here's the evidence showing they still are or were dealing with pain at this time. And then I'll go through lost wages, detailing, when my client missed work, how much they missed, what their pay rate was, did they use sick leave, was it hourly, was it salary based, what did they use? Did they use a vacation pay? And then I'll add all those up on how much they've lost on that and figure out, detailing the whole expenses from medical bills to lost wages. And then, after that point, I'll add all those up, total them. That's called the special damages at that point: lost wages, pain and or not pain and suffering, medical bills, etc. And then after that, I'll look into, the pain journal kind of has to deal with pain and suffering, what you've gone through in your car accident injury case, and it kind of goes along with the medical treatment and stuff like that. But then at the end, I read another paragraph or another page or so detailing, this is what my client's gone through. It took such and such long for them to get to this point where they're finally feeling good again. This is how it affected their daily life, how it affected their interactions with their significant other, their kids, their friends. They can no longer participate in these activities, and that's a lot of stuff that sometimes is not included in the medical records. But my clients have told me that they've been dealing with this stuff, and it's really important to get these facts in front of the insurance companies, because then they know, hey, I'm used to doing these things too. If I couldn't do that again, that would, really suck. That wouldn't be fun. So it's good to have that all detailed out there, and start out the bargaining position for your case when you're going through a car accident injury case. And so that's kind of like what an insurance demand is. It's made up of the medical records, lost wages, police report, pictures, pain journals, um, diaries, you name it. It's all in there. Details everything you've gone throughout the whole case, breaks down all the costs and such, and then comes back with an offer about what we want to start off with, what we think the case is worth, and what we're willing to settle with at this point. And obviously that's going to be a lot higher than where we really want to get to, but it's a starting point. Anyways, I hope you guys have found this very useful. If you've been in a car accident and you've been injured, please give me a call. I get free consultations. My number is 206-850-6716. And if you want to learn more information, visit www.lawcherin.com.